Hey everyone, welcome to Aastha's Makeup Closet where we wake up and make up for 30 and up. Very soon we're going to be 40 and up. Today I have a video for you that is going to show you my best and my most favorite makeup brushes, their uses, whether they're available in India or not, whether they're natural hair or synthetic or not, and also which company they belong to and all of the different things that they can be used for. So if you're interested in something like this, then please do keep on watching. You will not be seeing my face today. You are just going to be looking at the brushes because I wanted the focus to be entirely on the brushes. So let's get into it. So I'm going to start with face brushes because they are the ones that are lesser in number and they have very specific uses. So let's start with face brushes. Very first face brush that I would like to start with is the one that I like to use for my foundation. The first brush I'm going to speak about is a foundation brush. This is a brush from Sephora. It's a Pro Foundation brush number 47. There's a big 47 written right here. And what I like about this brush is that, there is a flatter side and there is a buffing side to it as well. So what happens is a lot of times when you have brushes like these, you can apply the foundation like so, and then it kind of buffs out the product and blends out the product for you as well. So I really like these brushes. This is, I think, a synthetic hair brush if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to check on that. I'm not sure of all of the brushes, so I'll be telling you the ones that I absolutely know of. This number 47 brush from Sephora is one of my favorite brushes. I don't know if if it's available on their website, the Indian Sephora website, but it's definitely available in store. So wherever I can, I will be providing links for where you can buy these brushes in the description box. So this is the first brush, and it is the Pro Foundation brush from Sephora, number 47. And the reason why I like it is because it's flat on one side and it buffs out on the other, and it kind of works around the contours of the face as well. So this is one of the reasons why I really like this brush. Another brush that I recently got, it's from Dillium Tools. Yeah, it's from Dillium Tools. It's a US based brand. It's a BDHT brush, which is the LR Double Dome Blender, the 972. You can't get this in India, but you can order from the Dillium Tools website, and Yuba and all of these people import these in India. This is a synthetic bristle brush. It is extremely soft. I haven't used this brush, it's new to my collection, but why I wanted to feature this was that it's one of a kind brush that I've ever seen in my life. I haven't seen anything like this before. And the thing is, this is for face powders as well as for foundations. The smaller dome, this picks up the product, and when you apply it to your face like so, the larger dome, which is this one, it kind of blends out and buffs out the product for you automatically. So the claim of this brush is that, or the company claim is that, it helps apply foundation and powder and face products much quicker than what you would, comparing to the time that you would spend using a traditional brush like this one. So if you can see, there's a massive size difference in the two as well. There you go. And it has a slightly slanted handle, so there's a curve here, and it's a very interesting brush to me. So I'm going to be using it and telling you exactly how it is, but I've seen Danessa Myricks use it in one of her reels, in one of her videos. That's how I got to know about the company, and I was really interested in getting one of their brushes, and this is one of the few that I got. So it's quite a nice brush. It's not very heavy, but it's quite a nice, nicely finished brush, if you can see. And it's synthetic bristles. And yeah, let's see how it performs, and I will keep you guys updated on that. The foundation brush that I really love, and you might have seen it if you're a regular subscriber or you regular watcher of my videos, you would have seen this brush. This is the brush by Shiseido. It's their foundation brush. It's got this jelly end, which is quite interesting. This kind of mimics the finger motion. So when you use the tip of your finger and you apply foundation to your face, like in little dabbing motions, you can use the same. You can use the back of this brush to do the same. So that's how you apply the foundation. Then you take the front part and you buff it out. And if you see the bristles, the edge is shorter than the center. So it really helps blend and buff out your foundation like no other brush. This is a synthetic brush. So I have another foundation brush for you, which is the Cover FX foundation brush, custom blending. I don't think it has a brush number. Does it? It says 5J1 on the handle. If you want to buy Cover FX, I don't know if this brush is still available at Sephora, but Cover FX is leaving Sephora, so everything's off at 50% flat. So you want to get any of the brushes, I would say the quality is fantastic, and now is the time to get it. Now if you see, this brush is like super dense. You can barely move it. It's almost like velvet, you know. So this is fantastic for application of product, like, you know, when you put foundation, just dab it on like this and then buff. So you can lightly buff the foundation and it gives a super smooth blend. So it's like a very cool brush. You just need to work a little hard, you know. If the foundation is not very watery, if it's like you know, a thicker foundation or a more full coverage foundation, then I would say that's better to use a sponge. But this brush, you know, would, like, your hand would start paining after some time. But it's a beautiful brush, and the blend it gives is fantastic. So, you know, it's like crazy dense, and it's black in color. So, you know, I don't know how much you can see, but it's super dense. Then I have another foundation brush for you, which is the Koyudo brush from I bought this on Beautylish. Beautylish currently is not shipping to India, but I bought this on there. It's one of those Japanese brushes by a Japanese brand. It's a natural hair brush, and it's stunning. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a short brush, like you can see a little bit of foundation there, which I couldn't really get out. It's a natural hair brush. It's super dense, but it's super soft as well. So I think this is made from goat hair. And this is, again, you know, I would say use a flat, like a paddle brush to apply your foundation, and then just use this very lightly to buff it out. People say natural hair brushes don't work with creams. I disagree. There are goat hair brushes usually work with creams as well. So you just need to be sure that if it's a dense brush, it'll definitely work with creams. Any brush that is very light and airy, that cannot be worked with creams, because it'll just get clumpy once the cream gets into the brush bristles. So I would really suggest this brush to anyone who wants to get a luxury feel. It's beautiful, and I love handmade brushes. The handle's made out of wood, and I love handmade brushes, and I love brushes that are made in Japan. So this is absolutely stunning, one of a kind brush that I have. Then the next set of brushes I want to show you are face brushes, which are used for concealers. So one of my favorite brushes used for concealers is this one from Zoeva. It's from their Rose Golden collection. It's the 146 Concealer Perfector. Zoeva is, or Zoeva, whoever, you know, depends on how you want to pronounce it. This is available on Beauty Bay, beautybay.com. They ship to India. You will have to pay custom duty once your parcel reaches here, so just be a little careful about that. And shipping is about 1,000 rupees per order. So this brush is fantastic because, you know, everybody knows that we need to get into the nooks and crannies, especially the inner corner of the eye, and as well as, you know, blending out and doing a little buffing motion on the outer corner. So when you do the outer corner, you just move the brush in such a stroke, and otherwise you just dab under the eye, and the corner also can be covered pretty well with this brush. So I really love this brush for buffing and application of concealer. Usually I like to apply concealer with a flat brush and then use a buffing brush like this one for blending it out, or I just use my fingers and I use this brush for blending it out. So after this we have I have 3 Sigma brushes to show you which are the concealer brushes. This is the Precision Tapered brush from Sigma. This is especially good for, you know, pinpointing spots. So this is especially good for pinpointing spots and, you know, doing spot coverage, you know, in case you have blemishes, because it's got this little point, if you can see. It's a nice rounded dome shaped brush, but it's got this little point which is exceedingly good for spot concealing. So I like using this with my color correctors, you know, it blends them out really well. So I use my concealer brushes interchangeably for color correctors as well. Anyone who's seen my videos knows that I have really bad dark circles, so I have to use a color corrector. So this is the Sigma Precision Tapered P86. Now all Sigma brushes are vegan and synthetic bristles, so, and they're available on Nykaa, so you can check it out there. They're not the cheapest brushes, but they're not the most expensive either. So if you want to invest in a good solid brush, I would say Sigma is one trusted company. So yeah, so this is their Precision Tapered concealer brush. Then we have this one. This is the Soft Blend Concealer. It's this way. And I really love this brush as well because this is excellent for blending out the concealer. It's not great for application, but you know, if you do the dab 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 motion and you can cover a really large area, like especially the entire under eye, super quickly with this brush. If you want to see the size difference between the brushes, here you go. So that is the Precision Tapered, this is the Soft Blend Concealer. So they're both by Sigma, they're both vegan, and I love this for blending out my concealer around the mouths, color corrector around the eyes, etc. So this is the F64. So the 4D HD Kabuki brush from Sigma, this is one of my favorites. It comes in a 4D HD brush set. It's available on Nykaa. I'm sorry about, you know, sometimes there's dog hair and other fibers just, you know, right on the tip of my brushes. It's excellent for blending out concealer. It's superb for spot concealing as well, and then just blending it out. You can, and the best thing is that you can use one edge for color correcting, you know, blending out your color corrector, and the other edge, you know, you have a choice of 4 edges, and the other edge for blending out your concealer. So I love this brush and it's super versatile. So this is the 4D HD Sigma brush. Then last but not the least in concealer brushes, this is the Smashbox blurring concealer brush. Basically, I love the fact that, you know, they have these little markers on the brush. It says full and it says sheer. So if you want sheer coverage, you hold the brush from here and you take it in little tiny circles, or you just dab. And if you want full coverage, then you hold the brush from here and you dab. You know, basically it just increases and reduces pressure from, you know, depending on where you hold the brush. So this is the Smashbox blurring concealer brush. Let me see if I can see the number, if there is a number on it. No, it doesn't have the number. It just says blurring concealer. So this is available on Sephora, on the Sephora website, and in Sephora stores as well. I love this brush. It's great. It's like a soft domed brush. It's synthetic bristles. Smashbox is, I think, cruelty free, as well as I don't know if it's vegan. I'm not sure about that, so I'll have to check. And it's great for blending out concealer. and it gives like the softest finish. So I am simply in love with this brush. So the contour brushes that I have for cream products are, the first I'm going to cover is the one which is from Iconic London. This brush I got from the Iconic website only. I had it shipped and I paid hefty duty as well, so just be careful. It's a super slim brush and it's excellent for nose contour, especially, you know, suppose if this is your nose and you want to make like a sharp line, you make that sharp line and you blend it out. So it's very stiff, but I love it for nose contour. They've got different thicknesses in this kind of brush as well, but I like the super slim one. I mean, you know, you can use this for concealer, you can use it for cleaning up your eyeshadow and all of that as well. It's like a multi-use brush, but I love it for my nose contour. So this is the first one. It's from Iconic London. Then coming to Real Techniques 403. This is readily available on Amazon. Real Techniques do supply, so you to Amazon. It's listed. Amazon is listed as one of their stockists, so you know you're getting. Just be careful. I mean, most of the times you know you're getting the right product from them and the original product. You can also pick up some of these tools, some of the Real Techniques tools on Nykaa. This one I especially love because it's tapered on the top and it's fluffier on the bottom. Again, synthetic fibers. So what this does is, how you're supposed to use this brush is that you apply the product and then you can either blend out like this, or you can apply the product to the lower region and you can do this on your cheek and it kind of blends out. So I really love this product for my forehead contour and my jawline contour, because you know it kind of blends out while applying the product. So you know, suppose this is the edge, this is what you can do with it. So this is one of my favorite contour brushes as well. And then finally coming to one of the bronzer contour brushes that I really like is a natural hair goat hair brush from Ray Morris. Again, I got this from Beautylish. These are not cheap by any means. I think they're in the $50 price range if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not exactly sure. It was a while back when I got it. These brushes have something very cool. They have a magnet on the bottom, so you can just stick them, you know, so they just kind of stand upright, or you can stick them on a metallic like lamp or something, you know, when you wash them, and they kind of, you know, hang upside down. So the magnet's quite strong. I love this brush. It's a nice soft dome brush. It's great for bronzer, cream bronzer, because you know you can easily swirl it around the product and then just bronze. So I like this for cream blush as well. So cream contour, cream bronzer, cream blush, it's quite a versatile brush and I really like it. Be the powder brushes, or especially for setting under the eyes. These are my favorites. This is the best setting brush I've ever used. It's this fluffy and it's synthetic fibers, synthetic bristles, and it's from my Kitco. It's from the Pro line. It's the 0.11, and I simply love this brush for setting underneath the eyes. It's nice and soft. It's got that pliability that, you know, it kind of moves with the contour of the face, and it's really good for setting. It doesn't pick up too much product or powder, and whatever you pick up, just tap it off and set under your eyes. I love this for setting under my eyes. So this is one of my most favorite brushes for powder setting, my Kitco Pro 0.11. Then another brush that I really love is the Soft Blend number 40 from Sigma. This is like a slimmer brush. If you were to compare the two, it's a longer, slimmer brush. I like this for powder highlights. You know, be it a shimmery highlight, or be it any kind of powder highlight, or if you're highlighting under the eyes, I love this brush for that kind of application. It's it's tapered on the top. It's kind of domed very softly, again vegan and synthetic bristles, but it's super soft, and it does the job really well. So when you want to highlight, you can easily do this on your cheekbones for a shimmery highlight, or if you want to highlight down your nose with like a plain powder, or sometimes you use highlighting powders or powders that are slightly pink in color, slightly yellow in color. So it does the job really, really well. I also like it for setting powder around my nose and my upper lip, so, and on my chin. I really like this brush for that. So this is the Sigma Soft Blend 040. Then for whole face setting, I like the ColourPop fan brush, which is the F13. This again is not available in India. This has to be bought from the ColourPop website. Sometimes you have to pay custom duty on the ColourPop order, sometimes you don't. So it's well, if you're lucky. What I love doing with this brush is that I like dipping it in my powder, giving it a little tap, and then just softly going all over my face, and on my cheeks I just dab, and then I just take the edge and I just blur it out like this. So there is never excess powder on your face, and it kind of really gently blends out the product. So you would never look cakey or powdery with a brush like this. Then coming to powder contours and powder bronzers, powder blushers. I have two brushes that are my favorites. So for powder contour and for powder bronzer, I love the Smashbox brush. It's the buildable cheek brush. I think it's available on Nykaa. You can check it out there. It's synthetic fibers, and it's cut it's cut at an angle, and there's like a sharper angle here, but there's like a shorter angle here and a sharper angle here, longer angle here, but it does like a great job. So this tip kind of picks up the color, and then you just blend it out on your cheeks, and it goes really well in the hollows of your cheeks as well to contour. So this is one of my favorite brushes for contouring, powder contours, and I even love it for powder bronzers. Then coming to a ColourPop brush, which is the F21, again synthetic bristles. I love this for cream blushers as well as powder blushers. It's an angled brush, and it's like this, and it's super soft, especially on the top, and I love taking the color up to my temples like this, so it kind of really gently builds up color, and it deposits color also very gently. So you can just kind of deposit and blend. So the ColourPop F21 is my favorite brush for cream blush as well as powder blush. Then we come to a category which is I would say full face powder brushes, or more like finishing brushes. They can also be used for blush, but they cannot be used for precise application. This is my Scott Barnes brush. I got it from the US. I had it shipped with the Scott Barnes the highlighter and the cheek blusher palette. I don't remember what that's called. It's great. It's like a super fluffy domed brush. It's absolutely great for depositing color on the apples of your cheek and then kind of blending it out. What I also love it for is that it's great for using a finishing powder. So in India we get finishing powders from Guerlain, we get finishing powders from Kiko Milano. So all you have to do is swirl it in, give it a little tap off, and then just lightly, just for the tip of the bristles, just buff your entire face with this brush and that finishing powder to give like a lovely finished sheeny beautiful look, like your makeup ends up looking airbrushed. So this is one of the reasons why I like this Scott Barnes brush, which is the 67, again synthetic bristles. And for the same reason, I like the Sephora brush, the Sephora Pro Featherweight Powder Brush, which is the number 91, I think. Yeah, 91. Again, similar concept. The Scott Barnes brush is slightly fluffier and slightly shorter in bristles, but you know, and it's slightly, like I said, it's slightly fluffier. But I love the Sephora brush for the same. And the bristles are really, really soft. They're very pliable. So just powder your whole face if you don't want a spot powder, and or just use finishing powder like the Guerlain pearls. They look beautiful, you know, they give a beautiful finish. Or you know, the hourglass finishing powders, they look beautiful when applied with this brush. So that pretty much concludes my video for the best brushes. So this pretty much concludes my video of all of my face brushes. Not all of my face brushes, I've got lots and lots and lots more, but my favorite face brushes, and face brushes that, you know, it's all you need. Basically you need half of these. I cover two to three types in each category, so you can just, you know, do with one, and the one that suits you the best. And this was a fun video, and I thoroughly enjoyed talking to you guys about my brushes. It was, you know, it's been a long time coming. And if you do like videos like these, please leave me a comment in the comment section. I will try and put links to these brushes in the description box as and when possible, as and where possible rather. And for anything else, you know, brush related, do drop in your questions and I'll be happy to answer them. So until next time, be safe and enjoy yourselves. Bye bye.